The mission of Career and Recovery Resources is to help people identify and overcome barriers to employment. Those barriers are many, quite frankly. And we like to say if someone is unemployed, they have a barrier. The agency was established by B'nai B'rith in 1945 to help European immigrants find employment and housing in the Houston area after World War II. Today, Career and Recovery Resources is a multi-service United Way agency. Our services are necessary because persons' occupational status can greatly affect their social status and well-being. Unemployment is currently our community's and the nation's greatest challenge. Our objective is to help, especially job seekers with barriers, achieve gainful employment. Some of those barriers are the obvious homelessness, a person with disabilities, an older worker, youth that have no idea of what the future can be. In other words, they do not have career counseling. Rewarding careers and family sustaining stability is extremely important to us as we serve our clients. In the short term, assist them with professional counseling and guidance, job readiness training, job placement assistance, job coaching for retention, and supportive services. For the long term, connect clients with resources to get a better job, build savings, and acquire assets. In the current economic climate, we've seen a significant increase in demand for our services. At the same time, however, our agency has experienced cutbacks in funding, impacting our ability to serve more people. We think the leverage points that makes our organization successful are specialized employment programs that focus on barriers common to job seekers. For example, if a person has a barrier that is a disability, we try to help that individual focus on his or her ability rather than the disability. The other leverage point is employer relationships. We have developed excellent employer relationships. We have companies that call on us or that we can feel free to call on them regarding current job openings and the ability to directly refer clients. Another major leverage point is the United Way network of agencies, which allows us to address unmet needs, social services, life skills, vocational training, and, as in the Thrive program, asset building opportunities. Career and Recovery Resources is very effective helping clients understand how to seek employment. We actually help them prepare for job seeking. Many times clients want to work, but really do not know how to effectively seek employment. We do that. We provide for them professional career guidance and job placement assistance. That is essential. We want them to seek employment where they have interest and passion. We provide holistic training for them and individual case management. At Career and Recovery Resources, the metric for success are several. One, the number of clients employed, the average wage in which or where they're placed. Additionally, we look at the kind of job retention we have with our clients. We actually check on our clients 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and 180 days. We really want clients to find employment that's long term. In the substance abuse treatment area, we look at the number of clients and we also look at successful discharge rates. We want those clients to be in long term recovery. That's very important to us. Now, our agency serves like a charity. We have compassion, but we also run the agency as a business with strict accountability to our funders and transparency to our donors and clients. That's vitally important to us. There is a misconception that Career and Recovery Resources is only for people with barriers to employment, such as those obvious barriers: homelessness, older age, persons with a criminal justice background. Actually, Career and Recovery Resources helps professionals as well as less marketable job seekers. We do not duplicate the career centers. Actually, we complement them. Career and Recovery Resources is able to spend more time with job seekers, serving them holistically, helping them to understand what their abilities are and how those abilities can be channeled to the right fit in the next job opportunity. Career and Recovery Resources has several major accomplishments. In 2009, the Homeless Veterans Reintegration Program was established to assist low income veterans get back into the community and workforce through vocational training, employment, and supportive services. That same year, we established our Summer Youth Employment Program for young people ages 14 to 24 from low income families to gain work experience, earn wages over the summer, and understand what it means to have employment. Another major accomplishment of our agency is serving persons who are hearing impaired. Career and Recovery Resources assists clients in this program with computer literacy, literacy training, and employment services. This is essential to serving persons who have hearing impairment. After the damage from Hurricane Ike, we were among the leaders in the city to help individuals get their lives back together. Our focus was employment services. Career and Recovery Resources joined other community organizations to help some of the city's most vulnerable residents access education, find employment, and training opportunities. Then in 2010, many workers were trained and dispatched to the Louisiana shoreline in the response to another disaster, the Deepwater Horizon oil spill. Workers received HAZWOPER training at our agency, then were dispatched to the Gulf Coast. The Thrive program is a network of agencies that provide education, employment, and financial services for hardworking, low-income families with typical household incomes of 20 to 34,000 annually. The goal is to improve their earnings, employment or business development, literacy, and potential to acquire assets such as an automobile or home, all those things that are essential for self-sufficiency. The historical challenges and vulnerability that Career and Recovery Resources face are the need for general operating funds. That is so essential to our agency. Many funds that we receive are program restricted funds. For example, if we have a contract for counseling, those funds are only for counseling. Those funds are not for supportive services. Those funds are not for employment services. But to receive general operating funds allows us to use the restricted funds in a more effective manner. That's essential to running an effective business. The other is match funds. If we were to apply for a grant that is in the amount of $100,000, which requires a 10% match, we would need $10,000 in match funds. We cannot use government funds for match. Therefore, general operating funds allows us to bring more funding into our agency and into this community to serve clients who are in desperate need of our services. Additional resources for our organization would allow us to assist clients with more training opportunities. Many times, clients would like to have a position or a job, but are actually not trained for those positions. And since they are unemployed, they do not have the resources to pay for that training. We collaborate with community colleges, allowing our clients the opportunity to take training courses within those institutions. The clients then are able to get a certification which allows them to go into an employment opportunity that they have a passion for. That's essential. We would also like to complete our capital campaign. We know that there is a tremendous need for employment and counseling services. We have run out of space. We continue to have need to serve our clients, and we need to complete our capital campaign. That is really essential as we look to the future. We have more veterans returning to this community. We're serving more individuals that are being downsized or laid off. It is important, in fact, it is essential that we expand our employment and training centers to serve these clients who so desperately need our assistance. Career and Recovery Resources provides a lot of services, but there are areas that we could do better and intensify our services. As an example, career counseling and exploration for youth, especially in the underserved communities. We go out in schools and we do talk to groups, but there is a tremendous need for individual one-on-one career counseling with youth. We really do not have the capacity nor staff to provide that at this point. Additionally, focusing on seniors that are returning from retirement to the workforce. Many seniors felt that they had enough to retire or thought that they were set for life, but they're finding in this economic climate there's a need to return back to the workforce. We want to help them. We want to help them understand how they can transfer their skills to this new workforce. We also want the workforce employers to understand that the seniors have a work ethic that is outstanding. And finally, we would like to give greater support to those who have been impacted by layoffs and mergers. All one has to do is to read the local newspaper or listen to electronic media, and you know, or we know, that layoffs and mergers are impacting our community. Those individuals need assistance in transitioning into their next career opportunities. That is our mission at Career and Recovery Resources.